Good evening. 12/22/24. Tonight I want to talk about a couple things. First being false flags. Be aware of false flags. The deep state's not going to give up without a fight, guaranteed. They'll still be working on the stakeholders, capitalism. One thing I want you to understand or know is that China is not the adversary that they claim to be. My research is showing that instead of 1.4 billion people, that much due to quite a few different things actually, but the estimates that their population is more like 750 million people and not 1.4 billion people. So they don't have the strength and the power that most will tell you they have, or that they claim to have. That is a good thing to know. The other thing to keep in mind is that they are very energy dependent. Much like Japan was just prior to World War II. We cut them off from oil from Russia in World War II, and that's what got Japan all steered up. But they don't have much else in that country either. They got a farming community, that's fine. But one of the reasons why they've kind of outstretched as far as they have into Africa, and that is trying to obtain some of the other minerals that they need and get it on the cheap. They can get whatever they need from Russia, but they're going to pay a lot more for it than they would if they went to some of the African countries. So keep that in mind. The other thing with Russia, I'll have to say Putin's pretty smart. He's pulled in from Syria. He knows that he cannot be stretched out too far. Not only that, but by pulling out of Syria, he can bring a lot of troops home if he needs them, and that's going to leave the Middle East a tinderbox, and he's just going to let them implode on themselves. That's going to be quite the mess. But we've noticed since Trump's first election that, this Russia hoax, everybody wants to blame everything on Russia. That's coming from Europe, and they're basically jealous, if you will, that Russia's got all the rare earth metals, all the oil that they have, and Europe needs it, and Europe doesn't really want to pay for it. They want it on the cheap, and Putin's not going for it. So wouldn't be too surprised to see a false flag coming from Europe or even the deep state here in the U.S. Like I said, they're not going to give up easy. So be aware of that. No matter what you hear out of the mainstream media, it's all a bunch of bullshit. Trying to think of where else I want to go tonight. With this slowdown, I was talking in the last video about the end of the surge or a stall here in the fourth quarter. What might the metals look like, the precious metals like gold and silver look like in the first quarter of next year? It's hard to say. A lot of guys are talking that they think price of gold and silver may be a lot cheaper because if there's a stock market fail, A lot of those gold and silver ETFs are going to be sold off to pay margin calls, and that could be true. I think your paper market's going to fall quite a bit. However, in stocks and paper market and gold and silver. However, that's the paper market. Yeah, when you go to buy more gold and silver, your prices may be down. Some are even talking another couple $100 cheaper on gold, and I don't know, maybe even silver in the mid-20s, and that's fine. But just remember that that is the price of paper gold and paper silver. That really doesn't affect what you have in your stack. That is going to be worth so much more in the future. I think it's going to be a big difference between the haves and the have-nots. And there's going to be so many people that are have-nots. They're so levered up right now that when the bank recalls everything they got loans on, they just ain't going to have nothing left. They're going to start from zero. And that's going to be tough. And if you think about it, I think the feds will bring in a CDBC, even though Trump's saying there's not going to be one. I don't know. It's hard to say. I think in order to pump money directly into the economy, basically giving people food and shelter, they may bring out a CDBC, let's load your card up like welfare, and allow you to be able to buy food and shelter with that. But if you don't want any part of that system, you're going to need gold and silver. So we'll see how that works out. I think tonight's video's going to be shorter than most. Got a lot of things rolling through my head, but just can't kind of bring a good context together tonight. Working on doing a lot more research. Been researching quite a bit today. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Thank you. Like, share, and subscribe. And please leave a comment. We'll be back again tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.